about doing ease of doing business, ease of bringing things in. You don't want to do through the ship, the Lekki deep sea port. You can do cargo, air cargo business. We move. This is going to further help businesses. See, whether you and I like it or not, this new Lagos is going to change the face of things in the entire country. Yes. Because whatever affects Lagos definitely affects every other part of the country. Because I mean, Lagos is the center of excellence, but I personally say is the center of commerce. I hope the Lagos State governor gets to see it. Let's change it. Not center of excellence plus commerce. Maybe not change it entirely, but center of excellence plus commerce. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of TeaTalk with Goodness Usman, your number one real estate talk show in Africa. Thanks to each and every one of you who show up every time we upload to watch, comment, and engage, and of course, learn and unlearn on the show. All right, I'm delighted to be here with you guys. Yes, my very self, your precious host, Goodness Usman. Right. So before we get right into today's conversation, shall we quickly do our ritual, which is for those of you who are yet to know, on this show, we usually start with a cup of tea, a glass of water, glass of wine, whichever one works for you, coffee. Just get to be in a relaxed mood, sit down, and let's enjoy and let's have this conversation. So, yes, I'm just going to go right into the ritual, which is what? Sipping my green tea. Anyways, let's go right into today's conversation. I'm very excited about today's conversation because it's going to be an interesting one. So you have to watch to the end of the video so that you. I'm very excited about today's conversation, and like I said, this is not an episode you would watch later or an episode which you just pass through. You have to watch it to the very end because. This one are hot topics that we need to talk about, and it affects you as a real estate investor or a stakeholder in the real estate market in Nigeria. So, hey, see you at the end of the show, shall we? All right, are you guys ready? So, in today's conversation is still about matters arising, the new Lagos. I remember when we did the last two episodes when we talk about the new Lagos, what's coming. I shared a story with you guys, and then I promised that we're going to the other part of the conversation. So here we are, speaking about the new Lagos. I told you guys that in my own starts from Abramadisanya all the way into Ekwe, right? Now, there's so many conversation around this new Lagos, different perspective to it, speaking about the infrastructures that is coming into this new part of Lagos, and of course, we all know these infrastructures. But because of those who probably this is your first time of coming across the show, or you really do not know, because we don't assume that everybody does know about this new Lagos and the infrastructure. Some people do not actually know about it. So I'm going to be listing these infrastructures, but most importantly, our conversation is going to border around the benefits. I mean, the benefit of how does this infrastructures, how does this new Lagos affect the entire economy of Nigeria? And then we drive it down to your economy as an individual. How is this going to affect your economy? How is it going to help you? How is this going to be? I mean, what advantage is these infrastructures, these new Lagos we're talking about? What advantage is it to you as an individual, as a citizen of Nigeria, as an investor in the Nigerian real estate market, and most importantly, the entire Nigerian economy as large? How does all of this affect us? It's one thing to say so many things, but they don't really have an advantage or have a benefit to us individuals. So in this conversation, I want us to even look at it. How do you think that is going to affect us positively? The other part to it is, how long do we even think these projects will take? Do you understand? Now let's pick number one, the Dangote refinery, Dangote fertilizer, petrol, everything that has to be Dangote. How is this going to affect Dangote refinery? How is it going to affect us? First of all, it is going to help reform the Nigerian economy. I mean, foreign exchange earnings, government revenues, and all of that. This refinery will change the game of things. It will change the face of our economy, how we earn revenues, foreign, and all of that. So, whether you and I like it or not, when this refinery commence operation, it will help us change so many things. Now, why I picked the foreign exchange and increments in government revenue is because they are the bigger first surface. Okay, of course, there's the other side of it, which is job creation, right? Exactly. So, for all of the infrastructure that's coming into this area, we can the number one effect it has on the economy is job creation. Because the numbers of job applicants, numbers of people that don't have a job in Nigeria over the years, it keeps increases, never decreases. So these infrastructures are coming to solve a bigger problem, a massive problem, which is what? Job creation. It will help thousands and thousands of people to be gainfully employed directly or indirectly. In fact, when we say indirectly, currently we have over 600,000 in the Dangote refinery. They told us they have over 600,000 people who are indirectly working with Dangote. Maybe contract staffs, carpenters, engineers, all of that, all of that, all of that. If you put all of them together, plumbers, all of them put together, 600,000. And I'm sure that from the last statistics, that number has increased. Because that research I saw was a couple of years ago, 2, 3 years ago. So if you have the updated one, it definitely would have crossed over a million. Right? Exactly. So that is indirect. Now let's talk about direct. So if we look at it at large, job creation, job employment, it will further help. And once we have more people who are gainfully employed, the economy of the nation will what? It will improve. It will reduce theft, crime, all shades of crime. It will reduce crime. Because someone that has a job will not think of stealing. Yeah, I know that some people will steal no matter irrespective, but I mean it will reduce theft because people are not what? They're not hungry. They have somebody to have something that can help them. They have a source of income. When source of income is means to source of income is available, it reduces a lot of crime. All right, so moving on, the gigantic advantage again is job creation, which of course we can't overemphasize how hugely and massively it's going to help us all as individuals and the entire country. All right, so let's talk about Dangote fertilizer. Now, Dangote fertilizer, of course, is going to help create jobs as well, and people are gainfully employed already. They're going to employ more people because it's already in operation. It is in completion. Now, the effect on the economy. Let's look at our agricultural sector. In the last 3 years, the statistics showed us how much heat the agricultural sector had suffered. No, not even in the last 3 years. In the last 5 to 6 years. In fact, this entire regime has suffered so much. The country had suffered a lot. The agricultural sector has suffered a lot, right? Because of so many other factors that I don't want to break down in this video, but some of you already know what I'm talking about. The insecurities, the borderline around Boko Haram and all of that and all of that, people being displaced, then partially flood came and all of that and all of that. So when you look at this fertilizer coming in now, it will further help us, the agricultural sectors, because I mean people now having access to, we need all of these farm fertilizers to help to further enhance the growth of crops and then kind of fast track it. So looking at that alone, food chain of a country is important. If we don't enhance agriculture in this country, there's going to be more issues. So that is another massive advantage to you and I, because you and I eat. We can't survive without food. There's no nation that can survive without food. And that's why nobody prays for war, right? So it will affect you and I and the entire world nation. Now I'm going to mention the third one, which is the Lekki Deep Sea Port. Again, this Lekki Deep Sea Port will, of course, create jobs, both direct or contract. But most importantly, this will help improve external trade with other countries. It makes trading easy. To trade with other countries, nearby neighboring countries within West Africa or within Africa will be more easier. Bringing in goods into the country will be more easier because it's also a lucky free trade zone. It's a free trade zone. You know, cost of importation will be reduced, the easy interstate business trade and all of that. All of this deficit port is massively going to affect businesses. Yes, manufacturing industry, oil and gas, real estate, name it. It's going to cut across the entire sectors at which business is being run or business is being done. So the advantage of having the Lekki Deep Sea Port there is too big. And I don't want this to go too long. I don't want to be breaking it down, each by each, breaking down the advantages. But just to summarize, this legacy support is massively going to affect how we do businesses, making it easier to do businesses. So you're into manufacturing, you own industries, right? And you import heavily. In fact, Nigerian, of course, that's no longer news. Nigerians, we know that we are heavy when it comes to importation. 90% of what we use across different sectors is imported. Unfortunately, Kilale Shesi, sorry, it's just our story for now. I mean, we don't have anything here. Don't have any money. Gosh, let's even not start. I remember the Dua textiles. We have a lot of industries back then, and then we know. I don't know. I don't know. This brings me to, when we were in secondary school, and then we talk about the means of in economics, I think, or social studies rather. Which one exactly? Please, the other ways you guys should not cascade view. Now, where I'm going is, how we talk about the products that we import from Nigeria. We talk about the cocoa. Cocoa was one of our major timber. We list timber, we list cocoa, we list cotton. Hey, talo shiwano. Ledumori. What is going on? Those were things we were listing in my primary and secondary school days. Those of you that are older than me, right? I don't even know what's the curriculum of the education. Let's not go there. Now, what I was going to ask is, what do they even list now when it comes to what Nigerians import? What do we export rather? Kini, what's it? Our own time, it used to be the timber, the cocoa, the cotton, and all of that, etc., etc. We have a lot of cocoa. Hey, cotton, timber. They said they found what recently? Should be oil. So what I'm saying is that this will further help us in terms of how we do businesses, the ease of bringing things in, the charges. We know that even bringing in things in this country, all of our cars we import them. So whether it's Tokumbo or brand new, imports, even ordinary, the things that they use for this beads. It's shocking to know that we even import leather into this country. We have leather. Oh God. So you get the drift. What I'm saying is this will further help us to at least, make life easy, make it competitive. You're going to have a more external trade competitiveness. We cannot compete, in a fair way with other countries. I mean, neighboring countries and all of that. So it will further break down ease of doing businesses, even interstate. So somebody who does produce leather in the north, the northerners are known to have a lot of food, beans, yam, bringing it in and all of that and all of that. But the most important one is that doing this over the sea, bringing in containers. You know how what we have in Apapa right now is congested. There's a lot of demurrage. You bring in things, they'll tell you, oh, the container cannot. They don't have a space for your container. So your container can be on the ship, delayed for a couple of weeks before there's now space for you to now put in, they land it, and then you now come and pay for demurrage, something that is not your fault. But with this now, it will decongest what we currently have in Apapa. All right. And then so a goods that you bring in, maybe you are into furniture or you're into, of course, these developers, they import all these doors that they use, doors, their lighting, the fittings. And then it gets stuck in a papa for months, for weeks, sometimes for weeks. It takes weeks. If they're going to do that, it will affect their costing, their overall costing. But this now we make it easier, and when it is easier, they don't have demo rate, they don't have to bring their goods at a, they don't, the longer the timing at which they bring in their goods will now reduce. And then at this point it affects you and I who are investors, because the prices, once they reduce, the cost of bringing in the material, cost of landing it and all of that, once that reduces, then the overall cost of buying a house will definitely what? It will still reduce. And we're looking forward to those times and those days. It will come. It will come. All right. So we've talked about Dangote refinery, the Dangote fertilizer. We'll talk about the Lekki free trade zone, Lekki deep sea port, and then the Lekki free trade zone. They're together. Now let's talk about the latest one, which is the new airport, the Lekki airport, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, some people keep saying, asking, how long is this going to take? Are we sure this airport is going to come to actualization in the next 10 years and all of that and all of that? Now, before I dive into that conversation, let's talk about the advantages. How does a new airport, Ibajulaki Airport, how does it affect you and I? What is the advantage? Again, it is what are going to bring employment. So maybe someone that's one pilot that has finished from school of aviation in Zaria that couldn't get a job. I mean, they've laid off, all of these airlines have laid off. So it means that more airlines can now come to Nigeria. Our own local airlines will now have more airlines working locally. It will encourage more people to bring out their own airline, to start their own airline business, because now you now have two major airports in Lagos. And we know the numbers, our numbers are high, right? And no matter how you look at it, the international airport in Abuja, people still want to travel via Lagos. So Lagos airport is already congested. It does need a new airport. We do need a new airport in Lagos. So it's going to make our lives more easier. It's going to make our lives truly more easier, because traveling through the air, and don't forget, it's not just the airport is not just going to be about traveling only. There's going to be cargo. So talking about doing ease of doing business, ease of bringing things in, you don't want to do through the ship, the Lekki deep sea port. You can do cargo, air cargo business. We move. This is going to further help businesses. See, whether you and I like it or not, this new Lagos is going to change the face of things in the entire country. Yes. Because whatever affects Lagos definitely affects every other part of the country. Because I mean, Lagos is the center of excellence, but I personally say is the center of commerce. I hope the Lagos State governor gets to see it. Let's change it. Not, yeah, center of excellence plus commerce. Maybe not change it entirely, but center of excellence plus commerce, because everything happens in Lagos. You are into oil and gas, your head office is here. You're into banking industry, everything happens here. Financial, whatever, name the sector you're in, manufacturing, everything is here. And because we have the borders close to Lagos, we have the airport close to Lagos, we have this deep sea plot, this the Apapa, the deep sea port, and all of that close, everything comes together into Lagos. It makes it easy for it to be that center of commerce. So yes, this new airport is going to definitely do so much. It's going to add colors to the economy. Like I said, apart from job creation, more businesses will spring up, more businesses will expand. Right. So the cargo people who are into air freight and cargo, they will expand. So you're based in UK and you run a cargo business right now. When you, now that you have heard that there is a new airport coming and the construction is starting this year, the question I'm asking you is, how are you positioning yourself right now? Oh yeah, just sleep here and snoring like goodness. Jimason. Jimawo, Jimasun, wake up, collect your money. Somebody should help you break Chris Daniel Buga Ojare. You need to collect your money. Wake up, oh. Wake up in this new Lagos and collect your money. Don't be sleeping and snoring. I'm telling you now, you can sleep and snore when you have invested. Sorry, why do I even say snore? It's all of us that snore now. Me, by the way, I don't snore. Anyways, there are massive advantages that are open to you as an investor. All of these infrastructures is going to help businesses. Business, God, I can see people who are further going to make their billions in this new Lagos. Yes, because there are going to be so many resources, so many new ideas will be bettered, so many businesses will be expanded. Like I'm talking about the cargo air freight. If you run a cargo air freight and you're in Texas, for instance, you're in Maryland in US, or you're based in Toronto in Canada, or you're based in Switzerland, you're based in anywhere you're based in the world actually. All you just need is to further expand. So you have a branch in Ikeda, you have a branch in Lekki, right? And you that you're expanding your business, you too, you are employing people. So it's not just the airport that is employing people only. Each business is employing people. People who are hoteliers, people who are into the hospitality business. So it means you see people like let me not mention any hotel. I'm not doing any advert for anybody. They did not pay me. But all of these hotels, even you might have to build your own hotel. Let's even leave all these existing big hotels that will run. See, and that's this that you see. So that's the funny thing. You get to see that people who are I don't know the word to use, but you see that all of these big hotels, these big hotelers, people that are into hospitality, they're already positioning themselves. They're already asking questions. Fairmont Green, how many plots of commercial plots should I buy? Okay, no, I'm not buying for Fairmont Green. I want to buy from government directly. Oh, I want to. Well, they're already looking for how to position themselves because they know that they need to bring a branch of their hotel in close to the airport. Just like in the Ikeja airport now, Ajawo Road is hotel. All the entire Ikeja, we have more hotels. I think Ikeja is that place that has more hotels than any place in Lagos. From the research I did, right? And it's obvious, right? Exactly. So even having the airport, the advantage of having the airport is that it will facilitate international trade, tourism, and grow the economy. So more people who will come into Lagos who really do not come into these houses. Now, because there's an airport here, they will do what? They will now know a lot about these houses. They will now do more businesses here. The interesting part for me in all of this, apart from the job creation, apart from it enhancing our economy as a whole, individual, as citizens, is the fact that it's bringing this numerous types of opportunity that it's bringing to you. The question is, you as a real estate investor right now, what are you doing to position yourself? As some people say, oh, I have two plots already in opposite Dangote refinery, opposite Oshoroko. I don't need anything in Fairmont Green. Eh? Really? Like really? Are you serious? Oh, so you have a property in Ikeda GRA. You do have one in Ajao Estate around Ajao. You now have another one in Adeni Jones. Are they the same thing? No, now ask yourself. Are they the same thing? Ajao Road on the airport road. Is it the same thing with Adeni Jones? Is it the same thing with Ikeja GRA? Is it the same thing with Maryland? It's not. So what I'm saying is, I haven't highlighted all of the benefits. These are just few that I've highlighted, among many others. How this will benefit the economy, us as a nation, you as an individual. Have you asked yourself? See, let's break it down. Let's forget all this. We come and say, buy Fairmont Green, buy Tinu City, oh, buy Coral City, buy Coral Eye, buy Grassas Morganite, oh, buy the avocado, oh, buy Kiniko, oh, buy. It will be because the airport is coming, it's going to give you a high. Those are generic conversation. Let's break it down. Nitty gritty. Let's go down today. Today, let you and I have this conversation. Let's break it down. I used to say this that when we say buy into Fairmont Green, for instance, that Fairmont Green. So I want to break this down. Fairmont Green is going to be a property facing the major airport road. For those who do not know, You see, let me show you this road. You know, Fairmont Green is not currently on the Lekki Ekpe Expressway. Just like we have Itunu City on the road, right? We have Amen Estate on the road, facing the Lekki Ekpe Expressway. We have Grasslands Monogonite facing the Lekki Expressway. Fairmont Green is not the same, is not in the same light. However, you're looking at it just today. Now, the off this road, now let me show you the road. You see this road off this Lekki Ekpe Express road that we branch off. You see me, Abi? You're seeing the road, this red sign that is not out, that is not, nothing is happening there. Don't worry about it. Look at the future of that road. You see that road in 2 to 3 years' time, it will be a 6 lane. You heard me right. As wide as what we have in the Lagos Ibadan Expressway. So, what is that saying to you? That means it's going to be a major road. And of course, the road leading to the airport will have to be tiled. And it has to be wild because the numbers of, I mean, do you know the capacity of this airport? This airport, the government told us that they have secured 3,500 hectares. 3,500 hectares, large expanse of land for the airport. So you and I do not now know. We are not reviewing it. You're not checking it out that the lane, the road, the major airport road will be a 6 lane road. Inevitably to now, invariably, I'm saying to you that Fairmont Green is a property facing the major road. It's just not facing the major Lekki Ekpe Express road now. I mean, look at it from that standpoint of view. This airport also, they said it has a capacity of handling 5,000 passenger, and they have room for expansion. Do you even have an idea how massive that is? That is big. So if 5,000 passengers they travel there every day, and you own a property in Fairmont Green, do you know what that is? There's quite a lot you can do there. Like I've said, I've mentioned different kind of business. Let's even break it down. The kind of businesses that particular road will attract. Hotels, of course. Multiple hotels are going to be there. Even the one that I'm yet to build, that you don't know the name yet. Maybe Goodness, Usman, Luxury. We will not be left out in all of these things. That's the truth. You can build an hotel. You can build big restaurants, lounges. You can have lounge. You can have car. You can do car service, car hire, major car hire services. You know, you have a very touch car hire service. You know, just like what Uber is doing now. You can have your own. Start your own. Mainly for airport shuttles. You can go into logistics, right? Office spaces, uncle. You can build office spaces, plazas, shopping malls, where banks are going to rent from. Banks, a lot of these banks will buy, some of them will buy, but some will still rent. A lot of them, when they look at the cost, they will still rent. Not even, though some of them would have probably start buying land now, but if they don't buy it on time, they will still come and rent for people like you who have invested and who have now built a plaza. You can have very good car wash, big car wash. You can run automobile outfits. Have a branch of an automobile. See, the truth is, any kind of business you're running right now, whether you have a restaurant, I've said that before, you can have your own. You can position yourself rightly around that place. Now, the question you and I should ask ourselves is that why is it that weeks after, months after they started selling Fairmont Green, Landmark decided to bring out dedicated commercial plots separately? You know, usually the way these estates do their thing is that they have the commercial plot beside the estate or in front of the estate, and then they now have it as residential. No, Landmark decided now that the commercial is different, the residential is different. So what we've been selling before is now commercial. It's now residential. Those that have bought commercial it's not high-end commercial. Maybe you want to run a salon, a mini supermarket within an estate. You know, those kind of things. You want to have a salon, unisex salon. You want to have a pharmacy, which are just the normal, those are the commercial we're talking about. But now they say the high-end commercial. So you want to build an hotel, you want to build all of the things I talked about. Now you have the opportunity to do all of that in Fairmont Green. That shows to you that many more will still be springing up. Of course, we already have more estates coming on that road. So what I'm saying is, you should sit down now and look at the benefits that this is going to do to you, your personal economy. That's what I'm addressing today. How are you positioning yourself right? How are you positioning yourself well to make sure that as this is all of these infrastructures is affecting the entire economy, that you do what? You collect your own portion. Like collect your money. Hey, wake up. Gbéra. Hey, gbéra o. Hey, gbéra. Don't get the mula. Oh yeah, money go kala. Hey, kala gbowó yẹn. Kala gbowó yẹn ní Fairmont. You don't get it. Kala gbowó yẹn in Ibajulaki. You get it. You gonna kala now. And gbowó yẹn. I was saying in the last one of the previous episodes, I was saying that it's not a problem. Those of you that refuse to buy now, you will still buy for those of us that are buying. Somebody called me and say, madam, is it that serious? I said, well, guys, it's not a serious thing. Just position yourself, decide where we're going to be. And immediately that they say, no, I cannot afford to miss out. And then he bought. You have the advantage of an early bird, of someone who had in preview information into what is coming. And then you're positioning yourself. A lot of you have invested in the Ibejuleki as the other part of Ibejuleki, where we have the Dangote refinery. You can still invest more, because now what is going to the activity that's going to be happening in the Dangote refinery as is the Lekki deep sea port is completely going to be different from what's going to be happening in the airport as is, where we have the Fairmont Green. Now, Fairmont Green residential, do you know how many people that would want to live? Now, let's another conversation. The first one I want to go into. Some people are asking, is it true? Is it not true? It will take 20 years. It will take 30 decades. Please, I hope you guys know that this airport, this Ibejuleki airport, it wasn't a thing of today. They've been talking about it over a decade ago. Right. It's a project they've been talking about over a decade ago. Just like the Fort Milan Bridge. If you Google it, it's not a conversation that started 2-3 years ago. We've heard about it. It's been in the plan. At least 8 years ago that I know. Way before this regime. We've been talking about it. In fact, in the entire existence of me selling into Ibejuleki, we've been talking about the airport and the same Fort Milan Bridge. But what we have, the luck you and I have right now, is that it is in our own time that this is going to what? Come to actualization. So if you've been hearing about it, and then you're still asking questions, they've been talking about this almost a decade ago, and then you're not saying, is it true? Is it true? Political gimmicks, political. See, let me tell you, people. This is a PPA thing. Everyone that knows anything about projects and know about PPA, you know that they don't joke about projects. It's not a government thing, please. The Chinese don't joke with their projects. Yes, he has a bit of a whatever, we stop for this conversation, but they don't joke with their project. So don't even, before that is a PPA, you should just go and position yourself now. Position yourself as much as you can. That's the first one. Now, if we now say, okay, we give the project timeline, they say 3 years, 4 years, let's even say half a decade. What will you lose tying your money to half a decade's time? Because before we open our eyes and close it, half a decade is here. Come on, like seriously, when did we have 2020? Now we're in 2023. And 2023, we're in February. Before we know it, God giving us good health and blessing us with what? With peace. And blessing our entire country, our nation, with peace. Because we're in a transition state right now that I know that God is in control. So the thing is, irrespective of 2 years, 3 years timeline that they put on the project, how are you positioning yourself? I was making it as a joke, but it's the truth, it's the reality. Some people will buy Fairmont Green from people like us, or some of you that had bought now, at 50 million naira, 100 million. It's just a normal thing. I mean, that's why you're investing early, right? Exactly. So whether we like it or not, this project has come to stay. So the question around is it true, is it not true, are they going to construct it, is it a campaign mechanism and all of that, nah, this has come to stay. And that road, again, I repeat, that road where we have the Fairmont is the airport road. It's going to be the main airport road, because that's the road that they enter the airport from. They will access the airport from. Of course, in the future, there will be other places they can access it from. Maybe coming from Ekpe. If you're coming from Ekpe, the Alaro area, there will be other places they can access it from, of course. But this one coming from VI, Ikoyi, this is where they're going to access it for. So, man, that road is a big deal. It's a big deal. It is a what? A big deal. So some people ask you, oh, if only Fairmont is facing the road like it's in city, I would have bought it. See, if you had bought it, and like I say, if you have resources to buy it in city, and then you buy Fairmont Green, yeah, you are going to, you will not, you will be so happy in years to come about your investments. So yes, that road is going to be a big deal. Some people don't see it now. They don't understand it. They're looking at it and saying, "Oh, he's not facing the Lekki Ekpe Expressway." Don't worry. You're buying into a property that is facing the Lekki Expressway. And like I was saying earlier, that if you own an investment in Tono City, you own on that, in Grassas Morganite, and you now come and own in Fairmont Green. Like some people who bought into Lagoon Front. I remember when we opened Fairmont Green, some people had a reservation about investing there because they just feel I bought into Lagoon Front, and Lagoon Front is the other side of the airport. Aha! Don't let that stop you from investing in Fairmont Green as well. Because the truth is, like I meant, like the example I cited, the fact that you have a house in VGC, you have a house in Chevron, you have a house in Lekki, is it too much? You are an investor, right? You can have in Fairmont Green and have in Queen's Garden and Annex. You cannot. I'm an advocate of someone who says advice that you spread your investment, right? You can have in the new Lagos also. Don't ignore the old Lagos, if I'm allowed to use that word, mainland. Buy property. Some people say, "Oh, I don't like that mainland. The ROI is not much." But it still has ROI. It's called spreading your investment. So yes, the fact that you have owned in Lagoon Front and is going to be at the other side of the airport does not mean that you shouldn't buy into Fairmont Green, which is just opposite, directly opposite the airport. What is demarcating the airport to Fairmont is that road, which makes perfect sense. It's just like those at Ajao Estate right now. You know the way Ajao Estate is on this lane, and then the airport, when you're going towards the airport, is on this lane, just like that. And you see a lot, I can't overemphasize, I mean, a lot of it is said, but it still do not change the fact that you should position yourself right now well, invest as much as you can, the residential plot, the commercial plot, especially you that you're a business person. See, even if you're not a business person right now, maybe on top of your head, you're not based in Nigeria right now, you're not thinking of the kind of business you can do in the future. Don't worry, invest now. That future will suggest the kind of business you will do for you. It can be a retirement business plan. I mean, I've seen people who retire and then they go into business. They run their own business because when you're vibrant, when you retire, you can't. It's not everybody that will retire and go and sit in Bahamas and not do anything. Some of us cannot retire and sit down and not do anything. You will just die on time. That's the truth. Because boredom is just gonna kill you. You're not used to sitting down. If you're used to doing this, that, moving around, you're very active. When you're retiring, see, it's not traveling the world, though. You will still be running one business or the other. And at that time, you don't even know what the situation of Nigeria would have been. Because the truth is, things are improving. It's just that within the rate at which the improvement is coming is slow. But things are changing. I mean, really. We're going to have Dangote refinery. We have a deep sea port. Nah, I love these times that we're in. And so don't look at it only from this point that you are. Be futuristic, foresight. Invest now, bottom line. You have a very good avenue. You have a very good means to further grow your net worth. You have a very good means to collect your money. Wake up! Oh God, I like that music. It's all about collecting your money. What are you doing with it? They say information is power. What are you doing with this power that you have now? I've given you this information. A lot of us have given you hundreds of this information. What are you doing with the information you've been given? Hey, even the Holy Book says that wisdom is profitable unto the wise. So it means that not everyone that has access to wisdom, it will be profitable to. Because application is what makes it what? Profitable. I mean, let's let me digress a bit. If we say wisdom is profitable unto the wise, the Bible said it. It's not me. I did not see it. I do not have a Bible. If you're a Christian, you are reading it, and I'm sure that I have a Muslim background. I'm sure it's somewhere there as well in the Quran. I've not read the whole Quran. But what I'm saying is, if it's profitable unto the wise, what is difference between the wise and the foolish is the application. That's why I keep saying, you have access to the information. What did you do with the information? It's the end. The end justifies the means in this regard. So having access to all of this information, you're privileged. That's why I say you're privileged right now. You're an early bird. And next these opportunities you have, focus on building empires around what is coming. Be smart about it. It might take a while, yes, but in the blink of the eyes, this while will come to come. And I pray that it will meet us all alive and we'll be healthy, we'll be well, we'll be hale and happy. And then when this bam is here, they build the airport, they launch it, they build the airport, bam, it's commissioned, boom. You're flying in from London, boom. You can enter from Canada, bam. 6 hours from Heathrow, you're here. What will be your situation then? What will be your story then? What will be the story of your loved ones? What will be the story of your kids? That's the question we should ask ourselves. And like I've said, this new Lagos is all the way from Maja. So you have the opportunity to buy into Kura Heights. What are you doing with it? You have opportunity. Synergy Garden is there. They're selling 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. They're selling Mercedes, terraces. What are you doing? All of this job creation we talked about, the millions and millions and millions of job creation we talked about, and the hundreds of the businesses we talked about, who is going to provide the housing? Who is going to provide the houses for them? I mean, you don't know that when businesses come into a place, it also means that it's real estate. The office space. I mean, those businesses are not going to do. How many businesses will be able to build their own houses? So it means that even a lot of these businesses will still have to rent an apartment where they will situate their offices and run their businesses. So you as an investor, you have the opportunity to buy a house now, 24 months payment plan, 12 months payment plan. In Synergy Garden, the apartments. Perfection, the apartments, you're not buying it. 5 years payment plan, 3 years payment plan, you're not buying it. All of these good opportunities, safe and secure opportunities around you, you're not enacting it. Hey, the housing deficit in Nigeria is massive. And what I joke about it and say, we have not seen nada. We've not seen nothing. If you are complaining about housing deficits, we have not seen anything. I'm not saying I'm not giving you these numbers or saying all of this to frighten you. I'm saying all of this to open your eyes as an investor. These numbers are good for you. This is where you come in and become a solution provider. And then in the process of providing a solution to a problem, then you're doing what? You're cashing out. You're earning rental income, short let, and all of that. Peak Resort. Peak Resort is in Lakwe. How many minutes drive is Lakwe to Eleko? Ask yourself again another question. Why is Pan-African University where they are right now? Why did they situate themselves over a decade ago, if not a decade ago? Why? Is that campus really functioning? Not very much. They now have LBS in Aja. But they went to do their permanent siting where Eleko in Ibejuleki. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself. You have no idea. There are other schools that's going to come. See, they have already situated themselves long ago. They already see what's happening. Open your eyes. Buy as much as you can. Invest now. See, even if it's 300 capital, you can invest. Buy your own out of it. Grab your own money out of it. This money that is going to be flowing now. Grab yours. Okay? There's a lot of investments. A lot of good investment, good offers. I've been able to mention few. But it looks like I'm talking more about Fairmont Green because Fairmont Green is positioned just opposite the airport. So even if you're going to buy into it, New City, you're buying Synergy, you're buying Coral Heights, buy this one that is also there too as well. Peak results is a result. So you think that people will not want to run their destination wedding in peak resorts when they come in from wherever they're coming in from the airport, and then it's less than 20 minutes drive to where they live. So even if you will not be able to, you don't want to live in Fairmont Green, but you can build an apartment in Fairmont Green that you are putting it on rent or on short let for people who are traveling, who have flights to catch, who cannot come in from their house in Lekki Phase 1. Who no longer can come from Aja because Aja at that time will be very far. It will be far, like you people are saying now. Because traffic, that will happen. I mean, I live in Chevron and catching a flight in Ikeja, whew, whew, right? That's what's going to be like in the future. So you have your apartments built in Fairmont, you have your commercial plot, you have your hotel, you have your, auto car service, whatever business you have in the commercial plot. You have your invest center, mini invest center in the commercial plot in Fairmont Green. But you live, that's an investment, right? You're earning from those investments. But you live, your own private house is in Peak Resorts or Coral Heights. So you live less than 20 minutes drive from the airport. You're in the country, you're going to your resorts to relax, enjoy your vacation every day. In Peak Resort, it's vacation every day. Vacation every day. So speaking about Peak Resort self, you know that it will be so easy for people to come and do destination wedding in Nigeria and say, oh, I want to have my wedding is going to be in Peak Resort, The people are going to rent all of the chalets, all of the terraces. Most houses will be fully rented. Those that are doing short let, it will be fully rented every weekend. People that are coming to play golf tournaments. Hey, golf is a big thing. I hope you know. How many golf courses do we even have in the entire Nigeria? And then you see a resort with that is going to have a golf course 18 pole. This is not they say, it's not some people that will say this is real. And you're not enacting the opportunity to buy it cheap now, whether you're buying the chalet just 20 million naira for one single bed. Look at how spacious that is. Or the 2 bedroom that is 25 million naira. Or you buy the land and build what you want on it. And then put it on Airbnb. It cannot be too much to service the entire thing that is coming. I keep saying it. If all of us buy one plot of land and we build houses, it will still not bridge the housing deficit because our nation is growing. We're growing in population every day. People are migrating into Lagos. As much as there's jackpot into other countries, there's a lot of jackpot to Lagos too. I hope you people know. People are jackpotting from other states to Lagos. That has been a thing, but it has increased as well. And then when people now jackpot in Lagos, they now to sit back and look for how to jackpot again from Lagos to somewhere else. As long as people are jackpotting, do you know that foreigners are coming into this country and they're making money? They're earning money. IT guys. Oh God. So what I'm saying is, when there is a problem, there's a solution. You need to be smart as a smart investor and be a solution provider to this unending housing deficit. So whether you own, if you as a person you have the means to buy plots in Fairmont, you bought in Meganite, you bought in Tunu City, you bought in Synergy Garden, you bought in Coral Heights, you bought in Resort, you bought in the Avocado, you have not even finished bridging the housing deficit. All of us, if we do it, because we're growing in population. I'm not yet married. I will still born my own children to join this population. You get it? And at some point, my children will join it. So it's the numbers increasing. So many graduates every year. Do you know how many coppers we produce every year? The coppers that are being sent to Lagos, they don't go back home. Have you seen any copper that serve in Lagos and go back to Lagos? They go back to where they came from. Like, yeah. You and who? They'll be look, what do you mean? So the numbers are there for you to what? Take good advantage of. So yes, I hope this is enough food for your thought and motivates you to come and invest as much as you can. I've mentioned all of the good estates right now that has perfect, great titles. They have good offers right now. Earnest it. Peak Resort, you can buy a plot of land now. We're doing a Valentine is here already. Valentine promo, 5 million discount. Key into it. If you can't buy the land, buy the chalets. Actually, you see those chalets? Hey, don't worry, I'll do a dedicated video about that chalet again. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. We are finally come up to the end of today's show. I hope this comes out interesting to you. I hope I've been able to stir something up in you because that's the idea. Stir something up to you and say, hey, wake up. Collect your money. Yeah, wake up. Collect your money. Okay, Gbera. I know after this video, some people go and look for the song. It's sung by one of my favorite artists, actually. Yes, this is the point I'm gonna speak English. When I want to talk about Christiana, that's why you see me be doing like this, and I be speaking English. Yes, it's sung by one of the best artists that we have in the entire continent called African. Y'all, Kistania. And the name of the track is Buga. Ah, ah. One of the only track that is sung with in all the across all different languages around the world. Buga. Go and listen to the song. That's a free advert. That I don't mind. I don't mind doing such a free advert for Kistania. Anyways, honestly, it's a good song. I like the song. I love the lyrics. It just resonates with me in so many ways. And of course, as a real estate investor, like I usually say, I'm not just a realtor, I'm also an investor. Because I mean, I can't be coming to give you guys this insight and not invest in my own. Onida. I cannot face my children. When they say, Mommy, what happened? Or maybe my future husband say, honey, but you were selling this bakery. So why do you know about it? You were selling the Fairmont. It would be good. Say, at least I was able to buy my own 300 one more. I was able to buy one plot and buy. You know what to put in the full, but yeah, all the fits. Anyways, let's wrap this up before I start taking my jokes somewhere else. You guys love me for the way I am. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the show to this point. I really appreciate everyone who just come through all the time. We upload every videos every day. I mean, you guys are amazing. I know we put a lot of work into it, trying to upload video every day, but you guys keep watching it and then your patronage, thank you so much. Your referrals, thank you, please help me keep the referrals coming. Help us subscribe, please. I don't know, people are watching, but all of a sudden I noticed that the subscription is just a bit slow. What's happening, guys? You guys are watching, the numbers of people that watch are not subscribed. Please subscribe and turn on your notification bell. For those of you who are turned off your notification bell, stop it. When the notification is notifying you, get up and watch it. Watch the video. Comment. You don't know which one is gonna be the golden information you've been waiting for, like this one. Help us share our video with your contact. Tell people about us. We would be glad do you doing so. Thank you so much once again. I appreciate everyone who had patronized me, the ones who will patronize me after this video, the ones who will patronize me in the future, the ones who will refer me. Thank you. I appreciate a lot of you. And I will be in the comment section to hear from you guys. Like I said, I have our faithful fan on this show. Once you drop it, they wash your head to toe. Head like this, your head like this, to your toe of the show. They wash it. When they are now carry their phone, do hello, good rest. Actually, what you said, I do not agree. Actually, there I agree, and then the conversation goes more interesting. Thank you, I appreciate you guys, and for those who are in the comment section, thank you as well. Thank you. So put it in the comment section. What do you think about this? And if you have a topic, you have a subject matter you want us to address, please also put it in the comment section, or you can contact me by WhatsApp. Tell me about it, and I will definitely talk about it on the next episode. Once again, I love and appreciate all of you. So I don't know when you're watching this, but say happy Valentine to you guys. After all, when the month of love, say hey, I love you, all of you. Love you guys. Love you guys. All right, so I'll see you in the next episode or in the next video or when you give me a call. Don't forget that I'm here to help you make your real estate investment processes as smooth as possible in any of these estate I've mentioned or in any other one you see out there that we didn't put or yet to put up on our channel. Please just call me about it and I will be glad to help you make your reservations as many as possible. In fact, with your friends and family, I love that when friends come together and buy a land together, build a house together or have investment together. It makes a lot of sense. So hey, tell us, talk to your friends about us and your family members. I'll see you in the next episode or when you give me a call. But you please, until then, ensure that you watching me, you remain safe and awesome just the way you are. My name remains Goodness Usman, your fab lady realtor for Niger Realty 24/7. And of course, you know that I'm the queen of landlord makers. So I say to you guys, what double?